The massive glass doors of Hale Corporation slid open with a soft hiss, letting in a cold gust of morning air, along with a man who looked painfully out of place. The lobby gleamed like a palace of chrome and marble, a cathedral built for power and wealth. High heels clicked, expensive suits brushed past, voices murmured about quarterly profits and mergers. No one noticed the tremble in Ethan Cole's hands as he stepped forward, clutching a worn gray canvas bag to his chest, until they did, until the atmosphere shifted, until judgment rippled through the room like a silent explosion. Two security guards moved quickly, too quickly. Their hands seized Ethan's arms with quiet precision, the kind used to restrain threats, not job applicants' gasps. Whispered suspicion. Phones lifting to record, then she appeared. Adriana Hale, youngest CEO in the company's history, stepped out from the crowd like a queen descending her throne. Her heels echoed sharply against marble floors. Her expression was carved from ice, open. His bag. Her voice could slice through steel. The entire lobby held its breath. Ethan froze. His face reddened with humiliation, fear, confusion. He had come here hoping for stability, a chance to save his daughter from mold-infested walls and terrifying asthma attacks, and now he was being treated like a criminal. The security guard's fingers gripped the zipper, just a few inches, just a second more, just enough to break a man's spirit. Then, Adriana, stop. The room went silent. An older woman stepped forward, cane tapping sharply. Margaret Hale, the old lioness, that man, she said, voice trembling with fire, saved my life. And in that moment, every assumption shattered. Every whisper died. Every eye widened, because this wasn't just a misunderstanding, this was the beginning of a reckoning. The silence that followed Margaret Hale's words felt heavier than stone. Even the elevator chimes seemed afraid to ring. The security guards released Ethan instantly, stepping back as though burned. Adriana's cold expression cracked, not fully, but enough that a tremor of doubt appeared in her eyes. Ethan swallowed hard. Shame and confusion twisted inside him like a tightening rope. He looked like a man bracing for another humiliation, another accusation, another reminder that poverty is often mistaken for guilt. But Margaret stepped closer. Let him go, she ordered, not loudly, not angrily, but with the authority of a woman who built empires and outlived every storm. Her cane tapped once against the marble. He is not a thief, she continued. He is the reason I am standing here today. Whispers burst like sparks traveling through dry grass. Workers exchanged looks of shock, embarrassment, disbelief. The CEO's mother? He saved her? Oh God, we grabbed the wrong man. Adriana Hale, still frozen in place, looked at Ethan as though seeing him for the first time, not as a poor man with a suspicious bag, but as a human being. You're the one from 3rd Street, she whispered. The man who disappeared before the ambulance arrived. Ethan nodded quietly. I didn't know who she was. She just needed help. The next moments moved fast, almost too fast. Margaret took Ethan's arm with surprising strength. Come with us. Now. Adriana turned sharply. Conference room. Top floor. The crowd parted like water around a stone. Some lowered their heads, ashamed. Some stared, guilt-ridden. Others quickly hid their phones, unable to believe they had recorded and mocked the man who saved the corporation's matriarch. Ethan walked through them with quiet dignity, though every step felt heavy. His heart pounded, not from fear now, but from something else. A shift, a possibility, hope creeping back into a life that had only known desperation. The elevator doors slid shut, sealing them in a small glass box suspended above the city. The ride was silent, but not empty. Adriana's jaw was tight. Margaret's grip on her cane trembled. Ethan stared at the floor, still processing what had happened. When they reached the top floor, Adriana guided them into a vast conference room bathed in sunlight. She closed the blinds, closed the door, dropped her CEO mask completely, and whispered, I made a mistake today. A terrible one. But you deserve to know why it happened. She opened her laptop with shaking hands. What she showed him next made Ethan's stomach turn. Internal alerts. Confidential memos. Suspicious photos. Fabricated evidence. They claimed Margaret, an elderly woman recovering from a fall, had forged documents inside the company on the very day Ethan found her bleeding on the street. They were building a narrative. A conspiracy. An internal coup, and Ethan had unknowingly blown a hole right through it. You didn't just save my mother, Adriana said quietly. You exposed a lie designed to destroy my family. She clicked another folder, and Ethan's breath caught. Pictures of Lily, his daughter, playing near their building, walking to school, sitting by a window. His hands clenched the table so tightly his knuckles whitened. Why is my daughter in these files? He demanded, voice shaking with fury he rarely showed. Margaret placed her hand on his. Not from us. From the people trying to overthrow us. They were building a case, claiming you orchestrated my fall to extort money. Adriana nodded. And if they needed leverage, they would have used her. Ethan felt something inside him snap, not break, strengthen, because a father without power becomes a storm when his child is threatened. What do you need from me? He asked, voice low but unwavering. Adriana didn't hesitate. Your truth. For the next hour, they built a plan as sharp and precise as a blade. 1. Pull traffic camera footage showing the exact moment Margaret fell. 2. Match it to ambulance timestamps. 3. Compare it with company entry logs showing she never entered the building. 4. Collect Ethan's witness testimony, every detail. 5. Contact federal investigators. 6. Freeze internal access before the conspirators could destroy evidence. The board members behind this, Margaret said, have stolen millions. They would have stolen billions if we didn't stop them. But why target you? Ethan asked. She smiled sadly. Because I'm the last one they can't control. The room fell silent, until Ethan softly said, then let's finish this. Margaret squeezed his hand. Adriana exhaled shakily, and for the first time, the three of them were allies. The subpoenas went out within hours, the news broke within days, and the company cracked open on social media like an egg dropped from a rooftop. But what shocked people wasn't the embezzlement. It was the footage of Ethan being humiliated in the lobby, followed by the revelation that he was the man who had saved the CEO's mother. Employees came forward, ashamed, security guards apologized, and one morning, in a packed company auditorium, Margaret addressed everyone. This man saved my life. Today, we save his. She turned to Ethan, and the entire room applauded, not out of pity, not out of guilt, but out of respect, real respect, the kind no suit or title could buy. Adriana created a new role, supervisor of workplace integrity. A position built entirely around preventing what happened to Ethan from happening to anyone else. No, Ethan said at first. I'm just a labor worker. I don't belong here. Margaret walked closer, lifting his chin gently. You belong anywhere dignity matters, she said. And this company needs someone like you more than it needs another suit. Lily visited the company the next week, her eyes widened as employees waved at her. As Adriana knelt to greet her. As Margaret hugged her like a granddaughter, Daddy, Lily whispered, do these people still bully you? Ethan smiled, touching her hair. No, sweetheart. Because now they know who I am. I came to Hale Corporation for a job that I walked out with something bigger, a chance. A voice. A purpose I never expected. I learned that fear can make powerful people blind, but kindness, it makes the invisible seen. I learned that doing the right thing doesn't always reward you instantly. Sometimes it humiliates you first. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it breaks you open. But sometimes, just sometimes, it becomes the turning point that changes everything. Margaret says I saved her life, but maybe, she saved mine too, because she showed me that integrity still matters, that being a good man still matters, that a canvas bag doesn't define a person. And I want Lily to grow up in that world, A world where dignity is a right, not a privilege. If telling this story brings us a little closer to that world, then it was all worth it.